wonder how or why they decide to make a connection with the bearer of life from the other side. It's a self-centered new world reflection. It's a one-way ticket for one hell of a ride. They're making a deal. Whether down at the crossroads or Hollywood and Vine, they're making a deal. Gonna have it all for a moment in time. You may be a kingpin drug dealer who wants the competition out of the way. You may be an elite politician who wants total control and a power play. You may be an aspiring entertainer who wants to have their name in lights. You may be a four-star general who wants the upper hand in a global fight. They're all making a deal. With the chief light bearer from the other side, they're making a deal. It's an alternative thing for one hell of a ride.
You can advertise your business on Night Dreams Talk Radio, and you will be heard worldwide. Why not contact us at nightdreamstalkradio@gmail.com.
If you would like to hear Night Dreams Talk Radio on your local radio station, let them know. Tell them to check out www.nightdreamstalkradio.com, and thank you.
You're listening to Night Dreams Talk Radio After Dark with our host, Gary Anderson.
And that is me. Boy, just 2 days away, and then we'll be into Halloween. So I hope everybody's got a lot of good goodies to give out to the kids as they go trick-or-treating. And please, don't take tomatoes and take onions and put a stick and dip it in caramel. Be nice. Just think about when you were a kid. What if somebody did that to you? You know, that would have been a real bummer. Anyway, let's get a hold of Jason Offutt and get him on the show. Yeah, I heard you laughing there, James.
I was, because I had a flashback when I was 12. You know, remember candy corn? Isn't that the worst candy ever?
Oh, yeah.
I had that, and I was throwing that. And
well, hi, Jason.
Hi, how are you?
Well, I'm doing good. How about you, my friend?
Things are going really, really well for me. Thank you very much.
Okay. I'm trying to get you in here, so you're kind of a little distorted. Are you on your cell phone?
Yeah, sure am.
Okay. Well, are you excited about Halloween this year?
No, because it's going to be really super cold here, and my 5-year-old wants to go trick-or-treating, so, yeah. I'm too old to have a 5-year-old, so...
Oh, what are you, 75 years old? Come on, Jason, you're not old at all.
Yeah, I just turned 54 this year.
You're still young. I'm going on 68. You know, what can I say? Well, at least you're not 74 years old with a 5-year-old, okay? That does happen quite often.
Right, there are plenty of stars out there. I like to bring those stories up to my wife because she thinks it's gross.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not going to even comment on that because I'll get too many emails. Yeah. Now, everybody, Jason Offutt has wrote a great book. It's called Chasing-American-Monsters, and you can find that on Amazon. It's a very good read. He breaks it down state by state and areas about all these cryptic monsters and stuff like that. I tell you what, it's probably one of the best books I've seen on monsters in general. Now, you can mail me the check, Jason.
Yeah, you know, that's a really, really high praise. I really, really appreciate that. Did my mom put you up to that?
No, your wife did last night. She sent me an email and said, hey, really plug this book.
Oh, this is how we're playing the game. All right.
Actually, your wife did, and I lied. So anyway, I mean,
That's right. I'm having problems hearing you right now. I'm really sorry.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time hearing you too. We can try calling back and see if we can get a better connection, or maybe where you're located at in your house is in a different spot or anything. I think we lost him, James.
I think so. It sounded like he was talking from across the room or something, where his phone was sitting in like on maybe speakerphone or something. But it was weird. I could hardly hear him. But then we lost him.
Yeah. Well, I guess what I'll do is I'll hang up and we'll try again. So we'll give that a try. Oh, what can I say? Skype sometimes really frustrates me.
Yeah, me too.
Now let's see if this works. Now let's hopefully he hung up. Hello? Are you there?
Hello?
Hey, Jason, can you hear me? Hello? He's not hearing us.
I cannot hear you.
Something is going on. I'm trying to figure out. At all. And you're not hearing us at all. That is strange.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks like we're connected, but I can't hear a thing.
Oh, he
Okay.
sounds better.
Well, I'll hang up and try one more time. We'll try that. So we'll give that another try. That is really weird because I'm looking to make sure everything is set right. Everything is set right. That is set right. This is set right. That's set right. I got that set. And he can't hear.
I will say that time he sounded better, but he couldn't hear us.
Yeah. Let's see. He's calling in. Okay. Hopefully you're hearing us now, right? I hope.
Okay. Hey, you know what? I can hear you right now.
And you sound like your normal self. I don't know if it's my Skype is having issues. It does that at times.
Okay. I don't know, but as long as it's working right now, let's go with this.
Okay. Well, your wife never put me up to doing that. I just wanted. I don't know if you heard that part or not.
No, I didn't hear that.
Well, do you have any? Well, let's first tell work people besides Amazon. Is there any other place they can find your book?
Yeah, it's at Barnes and Noble, barnesandnoble.com. It's at the publisher, Llewellyn Worldwide, and there are a whole lot of L's in Llewellyn. It's Llewellyn, and on my website, jason-offutt.com.
Wow. And it's a great book, too. I mean, I have read it. I love it. Now, since Halloween is like 2 nights away, do you got any more of the scary type of reports or monsters or anything we can start off with because of Halloween?
Because of Halloween, we don't have to. I mean, we don't have to be limited to monsters. We can do ghosts and shadow people if you want to do that sort of thing. But yeah, monsters. I think maybe my favorite monster has got to be Bigfoot. And a lot of people really view Bigfoot as this big, friendly, hairy guy that, he's a pacifist. He eats, he's a vegetarian. He was on Harry and the Hendersons. He's a nice guy. But there are a lot of reports out there to where that is really not Bigfoot. There have been plenty of cases of throughout the centuries, a lot of Native American legends have Bigfoot as a cannibal that would kidnap people and eat them. But let's talk about one specific Bigfoot encounter that was in Arkansas in the late 1960s. The Folk Monster, Fouke. There was a family that lived in just out in the woods by a body of water called Boggy Creek. This was turned into a movie called The Legend of Boggy Creek. sure lots of people out there have heard of that or seen the movie. And the family was at home and was terrorized for weeks by a creature that would beat on the walls of their cabin, glare at them through the windows of the house. There was the wife was asleep on the couch one night and was awoken by an arm reaching through the screen window and trying to grab her on the couch as she lay there. Her screams brought her husband and brother, who chased it off with rifles. And although they shot it, they either never hit it or it didn't really matter, because Bigfoot can absorb a lot of punishment. It sounds like. To me, that is absolutely terrifying, to be inside your house and have a Bigfoot arm reach in to grab you. I don't think it's the first movie, but maybe the second Return to Boggy Creek movie, they had a very similar scene where a guy was sitting on a toilet eating a bucket of Kentucky Fried Chicken when the Bigfoot reached in. But that's not quite as scary as a woman laying on the couch when Bigfoot got her, but it's still interesting.
Well, I tell you what, if you're in and eating Kentucky Fried Chicken and somebody decides and it has a hairy arm, it wants some of your chicken, I don't know.
I don't know. It would have my chicken. I would give it my chicken.
I would give them the whole box of chicken. I don't know. I with my family, some of them are mixed with the Muckleshoot Indian tribe. And I had mentioned this before. I've talked to the medicine woman at the tribe several times. And what she told me, going back around the 1890s and before, they had, their stories about, Bigfoot coming in to their village, or as the squaws would be down at the river doing their laundry with their, babies, these Bigfoots would run in and grab either a squaw or one of the babies and take off. And then the male tribe members would go out looking, to get them back, and they would find bones.
Well, yeah, right. Like it said, a lot of the Native Americans consider them cannibals, because they had felt that these Bigfoot were just another tribe of people because they looked so human-like, and they would steal members of the tribe and would eat them. Yeah, usually women or children. There was a case in Missouri in the early 1970s in Louisiana, Missouri, and this sort of thing almost happened. A girl, she was 16 years old. I'm trying to specifically remember her name, but I can't. So sorry. I think her last name was Harrison. Anyway, she was doing dishes in the kitchen. Their house was on the outskirts of town, and there were trees that backed up against their yard. And her little brothers, I think they were 8 and 5, were playing in the backyard. They would often go running around in the woods playing with their dog, but they were out in the backyard, and she just happened to look out the window, and there was she thought it was about 7 feet tall or taller, huge hairy man with no neck standing at the tree line staring at her little brothers. And, she felt that it was about ready to bolt for them. So she screamed and ran out into the yard, and the kids saw what was there and, ran into the house. But, that could have been some, the same thing. It often makes me wonder, listening to David Paulides talk about missing 411 and the children that just disappear on a trail, sometimes right behind their parents or right in front of their parents. I often wonder if, that's because Bigfoot got hungry. I'm not trying to make light of that. I really seriously think that might be something that's going on.
Well, I remember him, talking about, one case where the father was putting the tent together and the mother was unpacking stuff out of the car at the campsite. And the kid was like 10, 15 feet away from the father. And the father was, keeping an eye on his child. And I think this might be the one you might have been talking about. He was like 5 years old. And then he takes a